morning, Geneva Middle School. Today is Friday, February 19th. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Congratulations to the 7th and 8th grade boys basketball teams on their road wins over Grand Valley yesterday. This brings both teams' records to 7-0. They take on Perry at home this evening.
Here's a special message from Mr. Henderson and Mr. Mullahan.
Greetings, Geneva Middle School. As we are here now at the middle of the school year, we want to address some of the common disciplinary issues that we are facing. It's come to our attention that some of our students are unaware of some of the rules and restrictions that we have regarding our school accounts, such as our Google accounts, email, and other school accounts, and our school-issued devices that we are using both here in school and devices that are brought back and forth to school. So Mr. Mullahan is going to talk to you about the proper use of school accounts and school devices. Mr. Mullahan.
Good afternoon, Geneva students. We've had some issues recently where we have students who are trying to outsmart the system, who are really tech savvy, trying to find ways to communicate with their classmates and friends during the school day using their school accounts and their school devices. My advice to you is do not do that. We've had some students this year get into some pretty serious trouble because of some of the things that they have done, and we can find out exactly where you've been, who you've talked to, and who you're sharing docs with. So when you're using your school-issued Chromebook during the school day, and if you are using your school account, which you should be, it should only be for school-related purposes. Please do not use it for any other things, okay? Because it'll take one phone call from me or Mr. Anderson to our technology guy, and he can immediately, within minutes, find out exactly where you've been, what sites you visited, who you've shared what with, and who you've talked to. So, use your school device for school-related purposes. Save all the fun stuff for when you get home.
So, Mr. Mullahan, can I use my school email to communicate with my friends inside and outside of school?
No.
Can I use a Google Doc to communicate with my friends while I'm in school in a different classroom than they're in?
Absolutely not.
Can I use my school-issued Chromebook to access personal interest type websites and things online when I'm not in school?
That would be a hard no.
Can I use my school-issued Chromebook to do schoolwork?
Absolutely.
Can I use my school-issued Chromebook to collaborate with a partner on a project I'm working for a specific class?
Not only could you do that, but it is also highly encouraged.
Can I use my school-issued Chromebook devices or accounts to start a club that has absolutely nothing to do with school?
Absolutely not.
So, please be aware of what you can do and what you can't do. And if you have questions with regards to what you can use school accounts for, please see myself or Mr. Mullahan. School devices are for school use, academic purposes only. Your school accounts are for academic purposes only. We have a huge privilege here at Geneva Middle School to be able to have these things, and we want to protect them and keep them in place. At the beginning of the school year, you and your parents sign off on our student planners, along with our acceptable use policy, which is our policy that is the overarching rules and procedures for technology in the Geneva area city schools. All of you have agreed to those policies, and there are consequences. Students who are caught using school devices for purposes other than academics, using Google Docs to communicate with others or emails to communicate with others during the school day, will be issued detentions and or other consequences. Please don't find yourself in those types of situations. And we wanted to make sure that everybody is on the same page with those. If you have questions, please ask. Mr. Mullahan, thank you.
Mr. Anderson, as always.
Welcome to the second grading period academic assembly. Today we're going to honor all of our students who achieved high grade point averages during the second grading period. It's always a privilege to be able to do this. In a normal circumstance, we would gather all of our grade level meetings together in the cafeteria, and we would honor each and every student in person. Given the circumstances, we wanted to make sure that we made it a point to honor each of our students, and we're going to do that virtually today with the help of our fourth period tech crew and Mr. Clue. Today we're going to start by talking about what exactly we're looking at today, and we're looking at students who have achieved the honor roll and straight A's. Honor roll students are students who have achieved a 3.5 GPA and above, meaning you had mostly A's on your report cards and maybe a couple B's. Straight A students are very self-explanatory. That means that you've had all A's on your report card. In addition to those students, we're also very proud of our students who have made the honor roll, meaning that they've achieved a 3.0 or above, meaning you had all A's and B's on your report card. Those students' names will be published in the Star Beacon at a later date. Today, we're going to list all of the names of the students who have achieved a 3.5 or above on the honor roll. Those students will receive a certificate during their lunch periods. On your screen, you will see those names of those students at this time. It is also important that we recognize our students who have achieved straight A's during the second grading period. It takes a lot of hard work and dedication. Grades are extremely important, and academics are the main reason that we go to school. Making sure that we achieve good grades is extremely important to our futures and our future careers. Students achieving straight A's have to implement a lot of structure into their lives to make sure that they put education first and everything else secondary to ensure that their grades are top-notch in their lives. We appreciate the dedication from our students, and we want to recognize those students today. These students will be given an envelope courtesy of the 8th grade steering committee and Mrs. Hazler, which will entitle them for a free donut from the Geneva Giant Eagle. You will see these students' names achieving straight A's in the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade scrolling across your screen now.
So one thing to keep in mind for you students in the third 9 weeks right now, your third 9 weeks grade is going to play the role in whether you will be academically eligible for spring sports. And here at Geneva Middle School, we have track. So if you're out there and you are planning on running track in the spring, you must be eligible during the third 9 weeks. As we enter the fourth 9 weeks, one thing to keep in mind, a lot of students feel like because it's the end of the school year, it plays no bearing in going into next school year. That would not be the case. If you are planning on playing a fall sport, whether it be football, whether it be volleyball, your fourth 9 weeks grade is what's going to determine if you're eligible for the fall sports season. So just keep that in mind as we go through. Your grades now will count towards the spring, and your fourth 9 week grades will determine whether you can play in the fall. So 6th graders planning on playing a sport next year, got to nail down that fourth 9 weeks. 7th graders wanting to come back as 8th graders, have to nail down that fourth 9 weeks. Mr. Anderson?
Yeah, we're shooting for a 1.5 GPA, and you have to be passing 5 of all the classes you're enrolled. Most students here at Geneva Middle School are enrolled at least 6 classes, your 4 core classes, reading, science, math, and social studies, and 2 specials. Some students have more than that if they're enrolled in band and choir, but you have to have at least 5 passing grades. Having more than 2 Fs would make you ineligible for sports if you don't have band or choir. So please make sure that you're keeping up on your grades and enjoy the third grading period. If you ever need help, we're always in the office and available for you, myself, Mr. Mollahan, and Mrs. George.
And one last piece of advice. Do not wait until the last week of the quarter to scramble to try to raise your grades. Do it now. You have awesome teachers here. Utilize them. If you need help, go to them now. Do not wait until the last week and scramble trying to make things right.
Hey, have a great day, Geneva Middle School.
Have a fantastic day, GMS.
In today's SOAR Spotlight, we'll be taking a closer look at the S column, which stands for Stand Up for Everyone Every Day. In the hallway, we should always report problems to adults and give privacy to others.
The final round of parent-teacher conferences are either next Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on the day your teacher selected. Remind your parents that each of your teachers have a sign-up sheet on Google Forms for Zoom or telephone conferences.
Happy birthday goes out to John Dickey, Abigail O'Malley, Aaron Loy, and Ashley Yunker. Be sure to wish them a happy birthday if you see them throughout the day.
Today is National Caregivers Day. The day honors individuals who selflessly provide personal care and physical and emotional support to those who need it most.
Lunch in the cafe today will consist of toasted cheese sandwich, Uncrustable PB&J, or garlic French bread pizza with sides of tomato soup and crackers and chilled applesauce.
Thanks for watching. Have a great day, Geneva Middle School.